What if I told you that one of the most successful writers of our time once lived in a trailer, borrowed a typewriter, and threw his first hit novel into the trash? Yes, I'm talking about the king of horror himself, Stephen King. But here's the real question. How does a man go from rock bottom to ruling the bookshelf of millions? Stick around because Stephen King's story isn't just about books. It's about rejection, addiction, love, and the insane power of never giving up. Stephen King didn't come from wealth, fame, or a magical typewriter that spit out bestsellers. He grew up in poverty. His dad walked out one day for cigarettes and just never came back. Yeah, real movie stuff. And as a kid, he found his escape not in toys or cartoons, but in writing creepy little stories. His mom, she paid him 25 cents for every story he wrote, not because they were masterpieces, but because she saw something in him, even before the world did. But the world, it was harsh. Publisher after publisher said, "No thanks." Still, King kept typing. He worked jobs like janitor, laundry worker, gas station guy, just to survive. And he kept writing, even when no one cared. Then came Carrie. No, not the movie with the creepy prom scene. The manuscript, the one that almost never existed. King wrote 3 pages, and then bam, trash can. He literally gave up. But then his wife Tabitha fished it out of the trash. She read it, she believed in it, and she said yeah.
Steve, you're not done yet.
So he kept going, wrote the whole book, sent it out, 30 rejections, 30. But all it took was one yes. And that one yes changed everything. Okay, pause right here. Here's a question for you. If you finally got everything you ever wanted, would it really fix everything inside you? Because for Stephen King, the answer was no. Even after Carrie was a hit, even after the money came in, he started spiraling into alcohol and drug addiction. He was so deep in it, he had to plug his nose with cotton so his nose wouldn't bleed on the typewriter. And his family was watching him fade away. Tabitha, his real-life superhero, stepped in again. She gathered all the bottles, drugs, smokes, and dumped them. She said,
Choose us or choose that.
That was Stephen King's wake-up call. He fought hard, fell, got back up, relapsed, tried again, until finally he quit for good. But guess what? The moment he got clean, his biggest fear came true. Writer's block. The words that once flowed like blood stopped. But again, his wife stepped in. She stood by him, helped him through the silence. And slowly, word by word, he found his voice again. Today, Stephen King has published over 50 books. Most of them are bestsellers. And almost all of them written after rejection, after poverty, after addiction, after near failure. Here's a fun fact. The Shining, one of his most terrifying novels, yeah, it was secretly about himself. A man slowly being consumed by his own demons. His stories are scary, but his life story, that's inspiring. So what do we take from this? You don't need a perfect start. You don't need instant results. You just need to keep writing your story, even when the pages look blank. And sometimes, you just need one person who believes in you when you don't. Stephen King had Tabitha. Now ask yourself, who's pulling your story out of the trash? And better yet, will you keep writing? If this inspired you even a little, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Because your story, it's far from over. This was the story of Stephen King, from rock bottom to best-selling royalty.